Hi guys. Today I'm doing something a little bit different. I don't want to do a reading right now. Um, as a healer, I can transmute a lot of negative energies around me by just talking, hearing myself think. And I kind of want to just do that today. So if you don't want to be here for that, that's totally cool. I want to be here for that because I want to feel better. A lot of people that watch me do the same thing as me. You read tarot cards, and sometimes, in the past, I would have like a lot of vlogs, but then I would have like readings too, and people would be like confused as to what my channel is about. My channel is about healing. My channel is about ascension. My channel is about growth. My channel is about God. My channel is about love. My channel is about you, and my channel is about me. Because we are one, I can talk about myself, and I can also talk about you and your issues that you've got going on in free readings. So I just want to take some time and talk about myself. Venus retrograde has been all but killing me. I am counting down the days. I literally have it marked on my calendar. Venus retrograde. I'm the only reader that probably harps on it because it's tearing up my life. It's killing me. The worst. I've never felt like this before. I feel down bad, like it's so weird because there are just times that I feel like I'm so confident and I'm so bold, but then I like look in the mirror and I'm like, no, we're not doing this today. Let's turn off the confidence. It's fake anyway. It's fake. I can't stand it. I need Venus to go direct. That's what I need. I need the 3rd of September to fucking show up. That's what I need. Thank you. I'll never ever underestimate that planet again. It's crazy because like everything in my life is the same. Like everything. I'm still doing my beauty rituals. I'm still like talking to myself positively. I'm still saying things like I am beautiful, I am worthy, I'm deserving. But then, it's just like it's not sticking. I don't know. I don't know. I can't do it. I can't do it, guys. I wanted to do a reading this morning, and I was like, I'll never be able to. There's no way I can inspire and uplift anybody right now. I just want to cry. I mean, and the worst part too is that like I'm so sensitive, so I'm so psychic that I get pulled into people's dreams in my sleep and shit. Like when they gossip about me, people talk about me, I get pulled into their dream space, and then I'm forced to see what they've been talking about me. And that just like, man, you wake up and then that causes even more like self-esteem issues, And then you just like, you feel like, no, I can't do it anymore. I'm not even going to be loved ever. I can't be loved. I'm unworthy. I'm ugly. I've never been wanted. I've never been loved. You feel so rejected. You feel so rejected. I can't stand it. It's so bad. So where's this ever been for me? Thank God Venus only goes retrograde every year and a half for 40 days. But my God, I can't take it. And so, okay, I was listening to some music. And as I was listening to music, getting around for the day, again, just like a normal thing. I love getting ready in the morning. It's like a ritual. I love it. I talk to God. He and I have like just the best time. I dance and I stare at myself in the mirror. And normally on a typical day, I would look at myself in the mirror and say things like, you are so beautiful. I love your smile. You are so gorgeous. Like I will try to be proactive in my own self-esteem boost. But lately I've really needed my twin flame to do that for me lately in hearing him telepathically tell me. Because I don't hear it in my voice anymore. Do you know what I mean? Like sometimes when you say I am, it's not someone else, but it's like telepathically I keep hearing him say, you are so beautiful, you're mine, you're wanted, And so today I was listening to this song, and it started triggering me, like I have so much forgiveness to do. Like, as a divine feminine, I really have to forgive my divine masculine. Every divine masculine that has ever abandoned me, ever gossiped about me, ever called me crazy. For my gifts, especially. For being that girl that like talks to herself and then like will answer herself back. Like, it's one thing to just talk to yourself, you know, but it's like when you ask yourself questions and then you answer it, you know. Talk to fruit flies. Your best friend is a flower, you know, like you know, I've been made fun of a lot in my life. Divine masculines, men that they, you know, they were forced to say what they said about me because I was still saying that about me. And see, what's crazy is there's this gap of time, there's this delay between the time that you start telling yourself, finally, I am beautiful, I am wanted, I am desired, and then still seeing that reflected the opposite in the world. You still see it in men, you still see it in women saying the opposite. That's when spiritual warfare happens, because up here, you're fully aligned. But out there, you're still seeing the 3D matrix, the reflection, right? The projection screen of reality. You're still seeing people not jive with that yet. They're not connected with that new you yet, right? But it's like, because you don't know the tools, you don't know the secret of the universe, you don't know how yet to get to that reality where they start showing you exactly what you see in you. And I figured it out recently. I figured out how to hack my own mind. I figured out how to start seeing it like people have always been that way to me. I do revision now. I say now to myself, like, oh, everybody's always loved me. My whole life I've always been loved. I've always had men that kept me safe. I've always had men that cherished me, valued me, understood me, fought for me, defended me, when that was really never the case in my life. But I started saying that it was now. So I lied to myself. I gaslit myself. I've been gaslighting myself for a while now, which is how I went from ugly duckling, never getting chosen, being cheated on, divorced, and ghosted by, I mean, dozens of men, you name it, you know, cheated on. I you know, I've had at one time in my life, my best friend sleep with the guy that I was trying to talk to once, and it was like, oh God, that was the worst. And you get to that point where it's like, okay, that's what every man's gonna do, that's what every woman's gonna do. Every girl that you have in your life as a friend will seriously throw themselves at the man that you love. And I remember that happened in my marriage. My best friend, we were hanging out, she was over for a slumber party, we were drinking one night, and she totally hit on my husband right in front of me and like joked about sleeping with him. And I was like, I remember though wanting to disassociate. I remember wanting to be like, no, that didn't happen. But that was because something had taken place like 10 years prior that I never dealt with. And it's a repeating pattern because that shit needs to be dealt with. Like, the matrix itself is going to keep showing you that bullshit until you deal with it. And I'm dealing with things now, thanks to Venus retrograde, which honestly is from hell, but it's also heaven sent. God, it's the worst 40 days of my life. I swear to God, I've never felt so low in my life. I almost feel like, it's so weird because I feel so high. I feel so good energetically, but like when it comes to self, I feel like absolute shit. And I mean, I don't know. I guess I want to just talk. I don't want anybody to save me. I don't want anybody to even email me. Please don't, guys. I mean, I can't. You can email me. That would be amazing. But I'm not going to respond back. I can't. I love you guys so much. And the comments, when you guys write comments, it's like, please just know right now, I don't think I have it in me to respond. But I really love you. And it's so great because you guys are beautiful. Anytime I'm struggling, you go out of your way to pray for me. Some of you have actually done spells for me, which is so cool. I remember one girl one time, she did a spell for me and my union so that we would come together. I was like, wow, It's nice to see somebody actually wanting us to come together for a change. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. And it's like then, at that moment, I started seeing things differently. I started seeing that, wow, maybe people truly do want us together. I've only ever seen jealous women that hate a man and me sharing happiness and joy together. And because it's cuffing season coming up and it's Virgo season, I'm a Virgo moon. I gotta look at shit. Like, why in my twin flame dynamic am I so afraid to be put in the spotlight for this union? I read for twins. I mean, God wants me to do this. God wants me to be known for doing this. So, like, why am I afraid? You know, you have to look at that. Why are you fucking afraid? It's like everything out there is technically real, yeah, in that you can see it, but it's not real in that you have to believe it. Just because people hate us together doesn't mean I have to believe what they say about us. Just because people say I'm a dark witch and I put spells on someone to make them fall in love with me doesn't mean that it's true. Definitely put spells on myself every time I look in the mirror and I say I am beautiful, I am loved, I am cherished, I am valuable. Technically though, and I talked about this a couple months ago, I got to a really, really low point where I did dabble. And up to that point, I had been so adamant against love spells, completely adamant against it. In fact, I would be the witch that would tell people, I'll do a spell for you for self-love. But I don't do binding spells, and I don't really dabble in love magic. I think that the real one that you want is your true soul. You don't need magic for that shit. What you actually need to do is the opposite. You need to unbind yourself from everything that is not your soul. So the opposite is true. I use magic to unbind myself. I do unbinding spells, I do protection spells, and I do beauty spells. But I don't normally do love spells. And with him, I did two different themes. I did one where he would contact me, and then I did another spell where we would fix our relationship. But both of those technically were very much good intentioned. Both of them were centered around healing. You know, the intention behind both spells were that the first one, he would contact me and we wouldn't fight. We would just communicate again and vent, get it out, like everything that we needed to say to each other. And the second was, it was like a spell to fix a relationship. It was like a therapy spell kind of. And anyway, I did that, and it was like several months ago. And I remember I was telling a friend about it. But when I did it, like instantly I felt bad, like guilty in a way. I don't know, just like at a soul level, I knew it was excessive. I knew it was stupid. I don't know. And I'm not saying that anybody that does it is stupid. I'm just saying, like, for me personally, I went against my moral code. I went against something that I don't want to do. And so I would say 2 weeks went by, and the obsession was just so bad. Oh my God. It was literally doing something. I knew it was doing something because I could feel it. But energetically, it was weird. It was like telepathically too. He was telling me things like, I don't want this. I don't appreciate you doing this. And each time I'd be like, no, I get what I want. I want it. I want it. And it's like, whoa, I didn't even like myself. So I completely voided out and canceled the spells. I asked archangels to be with me. I did a whole ceremony. I took the spells. I wrote void on them, canceled them up. I ripped them up, put cancel on it. I stopped sending energy to the spells. I threw it away, and I told my best friend, I was like, nah, I'm done. I'm not forcing anybody to love me. That's the one thing I'm not about to do. I'm done. And that day, I instantly felt relief. In fact, I was aligned with the universe again so much that blessings and manifestations of mine, other manifestations started coming in again because I was just more in alignment with my soul, because I just didn't want to do that. It's not that I don't love witchcraft. I just don't want to do love rituals. I fucking know what that did. before, when I didn't know my gifts and I didn't know how powerful I was, I definitely didn't use witchcraft. But I was married and I was with my husband almost 10 years. And codependency is a spell. And I was so codependent on him that, the spell wore off eventually. So what? Am I going to force somebody to love me for 2 years? We get hitched, have kids, and then the spell wears off, and then what? I don't want that anymore. And I'm not saying that, it works for people. It works for people. Do you, right? But I didn't want to, and yet I did it anyway. And I hated myself for 2 weeks straight. It was literally causing me to feel I can't even explain it. I was feeling so possessive. I was feeling so deranged over this guy. I felt like I needed him, like he was just a drug or something. And it was weird. It was so weird because it wasn't a binding spell, but yet in a way what was happening, and this is later on what my guides told me, is later on what happened is I was doing something to connect me to the 3D. I was attaching myself to the 3D in some way by doing that. And that's not what I want. I want to be liberated from the 3D. I want to be in the world, not of it, right? So as much as I love witchcraft, and I really, truly do, guys, I'm still a witch. I'm still a practicing witch. 100%. And until God tells me to stop being, I'm not about to listen to anybody trying to convince me that I should stop witchcraft. But in this one instance, I decided to stop. I don't want to do love spells. I don't want to force somebody to love me. I want to love me. I want to love me. I want to love me. And then anyone who chooses to can, if they want. If they like what they see too, great. Love me. But I'm not about to force you. And so recently I came clean to my twin and I told him this. I told him that I did do a spell and I regretted every minute of it, and that I totally ended it though. Yeah. But see, there's a difference between, because this is, guys, because when I was in that false twin flame dynamic that most of you watched me go through for about 1.5 years, ooh, it was bad. God, that was horrendous. And I didn't do spells, but I definitely did affirmations and I did subliminals to manifest this guy into my life. And hated every fucking minute of it. Hated every minute of it because I was not entirely sure that guy was my twin flame. So here I was trying to bind myself to him, and that's kind of what I was doing. And I was using, that is, in a way, I view it as dark magic. I was trying to get him to conform into what I thought my twin flame was. It was ignorance, but it came from a place of a brokenness. It came from sadness. It came from an unhealed place. I wanted to force a man into the perfect cookie cutter guy that I thought that I wanted. And because I thought my twin flame was didn't exist. I thought he was dead. I thought he was just like a figment of my imagination. I thought, well, this guy will work. This'll work. I settled. And then I used a whole bunch of affirmations to try to convince myself, and that guy, that we were compatible and we were supposed to be. Nah, it was comfortability at its finest. It was, it'll work for both of us. We weren't really in love. We loved each other. And, some of it was really great. Others, no, it was horrible. But mostly, though, it was horrible. It was mostly horrible. And I'm sure he can agree. But the point is, I used dark magic and didn't even really know I was doing it. And this is why I tell people so often, if you are trying to chase something, you have to realize that it's running from you on purpose. It's an energy, ladies. It's chasing is an energy. It's not text. It's not phone calls. It's not flirting with the guy, throwing yourself at him. It's an energy. And the energy is not only desperation, but it's I'm going to control you when I have you. It makes a man feel so untrusting of you. Because you're not even giving them the freedom to decide. And that's why I'm against dark witchcraft. That's why I'm against witchcraft that tries to ever impose on free will. I don't like that. I like using light magic, white magic, whatever you call it, positive magic to free people from that. I do unbinding spells so that energetically you can get over the ones that you're not supposed to be with, the false narrative, the false karmic contracts, the false soulmates, right? And tune much more into your own soul, because at the end of the day, who you're trying to find, and look, everybody's trying to find it. Everybody's trying to find that one true counterpart that you don't outgrow. They don't outgrow you. You don't outgrow them. You finish each other's sentences. You know each other's taste, style, decor choice. You know everything about each other. Everybody wants that. The spiritual, the 5D connection, and the 3D connection. Everybody. I don't give a shit how many people say, well, some of us don't want it, some of us, nah, deep at a soul level, you want it, and don't fucking lie to me. And as much as I settled, I learned through the pain of what mediocrity is, and he's not mediocre. Our connection was mediocre. I learned through the pain of, God, is this it? Like, I mean, I guess it's, God, this is boring. It's like not even fun. Plus I'm chasing him all the time, and I'd have to listen to a subliminal just to be like feeling at all in power and in control of my own self in some way. Like I needed to take back power when I'd get rejected by him. I remember I finally manifested conversation with my false twin flame. And when he and I spoke again, it was only like a few days into us speaking. And I remember he boldly told me, yeah, I think I'm in love. I think I'm in love. And I was like, oh, okay, well, tell me about it. Tell me about it. And then he's like, okay, so her name is Gloria. Right, wait, what? Wait, hold on, wait. You said Jenna? You said Jenna, yeah? I was so embarrassed. I'm thinking to myself, like, this guy legit, out loud, told me, yeah, I'm in love with someone else. And I'm like, what the actual, though? What? No, you're not. You're a fucking liar. No, you're not. That's a lie from the motherfucking devil. So I would go even harder to try to manifest this guy. So guys, I understand all too well. But like magic out of desperation and out of like trying to force somebody to be something for you, it comes from a place of low self-worth. It comes from a really, really shallow place. It comes from, I don't want to be lonely. I like a warm body next to me, and that's it. I just don't want to settle like that anymore. And if Venus retrograde from hell has done anything for me, it's making me reevaluate what I want in partnerships, which is, that's what the horoscope said it would be for 40 days for all of us. It's making us relook at what we want for 40 days and 40 nights of hell, of torture, before Mercury retrograde happens, which is now also, and Virgo season. So, lots of self-reflection. Plus there's like 7 planets in retrograde or some shit like that. I don't know. Lots of self-reflection happening right now. And God, I wish it would stop. But yeah, it's making me look at like every partnership I've ever had and be like, bro, I did it though. I did that shit. I didn't know. And see, that's the thing. You forgive yourself. You forgive. You have self-forgiveness because you're like, I didn't know. However, the whole love magic thing, nah, this bitch knew. I absolutely knew 100% it was wrong, and I did it anyway. I was so adamant against it, and it was against my own moral code, which is a sin. Look, if somebody else tells you not to do something because they don't, and you do it anyway, it's your prerogative, honey. Have at it. You're not going to even feel guilted at all. There's not going to be a conviction in your heart space not to do it. So why would you? You're free. You're free as a bird. That shit ain't going to touch you. You're not going to get karma for that because you know in your soul that it's good for you. However, this thing ate me alive. And that was a sin. That kept me out of alignment with God. That kept me out of divine union. That kept me out of my own fucking self. So yeah, I canceled the spell. I felt so, oh my, I felt so much better like the same day. Shit was coming in like quick. I remember that friend that I was with at the time, she was just looking at all the shit that was coming in for me like right away. And she knew, she even said it. She's like, I'm so proud of you for doing this. You're getting all of it back. You're getting all of it back because you said no. You once said no, then you said yes, now you said no again. It's like, it's all you, it's all been you. And I think that that's what I'm learning during this Venus retrograde is like, it's always been us, guys. I've always been the one saying, well, I'll settle, it's fine. You know, yeah, you know, the sex is good. And like, he's fun. Well, the astral sex is good because in the 3D we weren't together. My false twin flame and I, we were not together in the physical, but definitely astrally. God, in the 4th dimension, yeah, we were there. Yes, we were definitely there, and we were having a really, really, really fun time. But eventually, you get to a point where, hello, there's got to be something more. But there was never any action made on his end, and see, that's when I learned about false twins. I had learned about false twin flames before, but that's when I knew that shit was real. That's when I knew when people say false twin flame, I knew it was real. It's a spiritual connection. It's very spiritual. He was the first telepathic commitment, like situationship. You can't call it commitment. The first telepathic spiritual man that I'd ever been with. Not even my twin flame. He was the second one. So this man was the first one. And so, and then the fourth, the astral plane conversation we'd have, like, oh my God. I was like, okay, this dude's it though. I'm gonna be fine with this one. And so I settled for a really long time. He doesn't deserve that. He's beautiful and I love him. He might be angry at me and he's got like a lot of problems because I'm leaving the scene. I'm pulling my energy back and I'm like, absolutely not. This is done. So there's a lot of anger and a lot of rage and a lot of dark energy that's coming from him towards me. But I still love him. And one day he'll get that shit sorted out. One day he'll go to God, he'll sit his ass down, and he'll realize that I'm doing us both a favor. But until then, he can pout all he wants. I know that I'm worthy of more. I know I'm deserving of more. I know there's more out there. And so this Venus retrograde has me really looking at all of my partnerships right now. And also the way I read cards too, because before it would make me really uncomfortable to read for twins. It would make me, I mean, it was my job, but yet it made me uncomfortable because I always thought people were going to come at me. And that is something that happened yesterday. People were coming at me. And again, this was a trigger I needed to work through. And they were like, not all of us are in relationships. We don't all want these readings like this. And then for me personally, it used to be a point of contention because I just wanted to please everybody. Now I'm just like, well, go find a reader who caters to you. I'm not your reader then. And it's such a just total different me. I mean, I used to be such a people pleaser. It's crazy to me that I'm not. It's crazy to me that I'm not that way anymore. And if I can be like this, self-assured, self-confident, even at the lowest fucking point of my life when I feel absolute zero confidence, I mean, when that planet Venus goes direct, I swear to everything, you guys, you're not even fucking recognizing, okay? I'm so here for it. I can't wait. I mainly can't wait to start singing into the hairbrush in front of a mirror. That's my favorite thing to do in the morning, and I cannot wait to start doing that. I can't wait to start back with my affirmations full speed. Like, I fucking can't wait, bro. I can't wait to want to shave my legs again. You should see it right now. I could braid my leg hair. And it's summer. Totally cool. Like, it's just me living with me. But man, even sometimes I'm like, girl, you need to do something with that. It's unattractive. But no, in all honesty, I just want to be more vulnerable with you guys. I just want to, because sometimes when I do these readings, I think a lot of you think I just wake up out of bed one day and I'm high as a kite on something. I'm not. I'm high as a kite on Jesus. That's about it. And a lot of self-love normally. But, you know, I think that the new age, I think that the new earth that we all know we're building right now, it's filled with leaders who are authentic, transparent, not just like showing you the good happy times all the fucking times. Like, here, let me take a picture of my salad with 2 croutons and some carrot shavings. This is what I do in a day. Nah, bitch, you don't do that. Don't lie to me and tell me you're not sitting there with a whole pack of Oreos. We know you. But I, in all honesty, don't want to be like that whole fake spiritualist that we all know and love. Although we don't really love it. We know it, but we don't love it. We're like, get the fuck off your high horse, because you're looking holier than thou and you're looking like a pretentious false prophet. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like seeing people like that. I don't. I want to see open and honest people who are like, hey, this is how I fucked up. Isn't it stupid? I know, right? Isn't it stupid I did love magic on my twin flame? I know. I know what you're thinking. Wow. Desperate. I was hella desperate, yeah. And I learned on my own. I learned that not only is it desperate, but it binds me to a 3D version of him. It binds me to the 3D itself. It wasn't even going to bind me to him because he's already my twin flame. Your soul, twin flames are the same soul. It's not going to do anything to you guys. It's going to do something to you and the reality that you created the magic in. Do you understand? That's why energy cord cutting is so important. Removing cords, doing Reiki, unbinding spells, which are like my favorite thing to do now. Unbinding spells, stuff like that. I really do like doing protection spells and things like that. But otherwise, I don't really love doing love spells. I'll do magic to enhance my business, my looks, my health, my confidence, the way I speak, you know, but I don't want to do that. I just don't. Technically, and this is where it really pays to know thyself, because technically I am magic. And technically you are magic. You are God. God is magic. Period. Whatever magic is, you are it, bitch. You are it. You are all, period, magic. Period. That's it. So when people are like, but you're doing witchcraft. Yeah. Everything in my life I've acquired because of imagination, affirmations, subliminals, and just positivity. So yeah. Technically, I've acquired everything in my life through magic, and that will go for technically a man as well. When a man is right next to me, there will have been a level of magic. Why? Because it already happened. Though it was only for 2 weeks that I even left those spells open, it's part of my journey. In the same way that when I was drinking alcohol, I drink a bottle, a fifth, almost once every 2 days. And I would remember everybody being like, oh, she's not spiritual at all. She's not godly at all. She's a hopeless case. So that's part of my story too. Doesn't make me more or less spiritual because I had problems along the journey. I learned from them. So that's the beauty of learning from your lessons. It doesn't matter what the 3D matrix tells you anymore. It doesn't matter what haters say anymore. They come at you with pitchforks and they're like, wow, she's a witch, burn the witch, whatever, you know. And I've been told that, like, I don't know, it was a few months ago. A whole group of men were saying burn the witch to me in America in the 21st century. Yeah, no, that was a thing. And so I get it. I get like why they would think that, because they think they're next up on the chopping block. Like if a girl is that powerful to do something for herself and not care what other people think, she's a very powerful person, a very dangerous person in their eyes. And so, you know, of course it's going to be hated and rebelled against at first. But once you can realize the error of your ways, it doesn't matter if other people can see that you've grown. You've grown. Doesn't even matter what other people think. It's never gonna matter what other people think now for me. It matters what I think and what God thinks, because we are the same. The universe loves me. God loves me. They're one and the same in my book, guys. And so if I love me, and I know that God represents me, a mirrored image, then it's all good. We're kosher. It's totally cool. Whatever the fuck I did it out of ignorance. I did it out of desperation. I did it out of a low place. I forgive myself. And I know my twin flame would too. In fact, well, he's a magician. So not only would he forgive me, his ass would probably be like, nah, it's cool. It's totally fine that it happened. I think it's pretty awesome that you can do that. See, now I can look back and revise that. I can revise what it used to be. Oh, I'm so ashamed. He would never like me. He'd never love me again. He knows I was with this guy and then that guy and then that guy, trying to find all this love. That's not how it is with twins. Twin flames don't ever hold grudges like that for long, which is actually the reason I came on to do this today. I was listening to a song and I got in this energy of like feeling very much at one in harmony with my masculine, and he was apologizing to me and I was like, okay, that's nice. Like, huh. And I was like, I just need to hear it like a couple dozen more times. Like, I don't believe you, you know? But what I've been noticing is that the reason that I was avoided, he avoided me like the plague. He ghosted me, gossiped about me, let his friends talk about me, let his friends come at me with pitchforks. The reason that happened was because of unhealed trauma within me. I still didn't know yet my power in changing the narrative in my mind, shifting to a reality where like he would never allow something like that. First of all, he would never ghost me because he loves me too much. He would never let anybody talk ill will about me because he loves me too much. He would always protect me because he loves me. I didn't yet know that a man could love me like that. And so I am grateful for Venus retrograde. Because if it did anything, ladies and gents, it really made us all sit down and reevaluate all of that shit. Like, what do you want in a relationship, really, truly? No bullshit. No, like the really fancy Maserati and the nice yacht, and you got like, you can go on these private vacations and like really, that's fucking great. Okay, that's amazing. But like when it comes to who you're sleeping next to every single night for the rest of your fucking life, right? When you're old and wrinkly and you can't, you know, get out of bed sometimes. Like, no, who's gonna really, truly be there? Who's gonna love you there at rock bottom? And like, I've been looking around and I am 34 years old. And I'm looking around at my life and I'm like, all right, well, I live in a studio apartment. I have no kids, no pets, no responsibilities really in that way. I have a business, yes. My responsibilities are to the IRS and my landlord. Other than that, I'm pretty free, right? And I had to look around and be like, shit, bro, grow the fuck up. Like, grow up, Jenna. Grow up. Like, there's no one to take care of. There's no one to love. There's no one to nurture. There's no one to hold. There's no one to confide in. There's no one to trust. There's no one to argue with and then make up. And there's no one to inspire. And there's no one to help encourage to grow. It's like, I may have viewers that I help, but I don't know you guys. I don't grow old with you. You don't make my tea in the morning. You don't run my bath water. Who are you? I love you guys. I really do. But like, who are you? I don't know you. really, and I'm sorry to say it because it sounds so like almost heartless, but it's like I don't know. It's just so impersonal. And I think what it really showed me is like, don't I want someone? Like, don't I want someone? It was like the first time I've ever seen a possibility, a reality of like, wow, maybe it's possible to have somebody in my life. Like a commitment, like someone to like really commit to though. Every day when I think of me, I think of them. And every day when I think of them, I think of me. Making 2 plates of food, right? 2 cups of coffee. You know what I mean? Making all sorts of changes in my life for them too. I don't know. It's so weird to say this because like everyone that's ever known me, really, in my past, even while married, my mom would just be like, I don't even know how you're married. I don't even know why you're married. Like everyone thought my whole life I would just be, I remember when I was like 16 years old and me and my 2 siblings were in the car with my mom driving, and she was like, I see you getting married and I see you having kids. I don't see Jenna ever getting married ever. She will just be alone forever. And I don't think it was considered like an insult or a curse. I mean, I think she ended up cursing me with that. I don't think it was meant to be like that though. I think she was just legit. Like, she will be alone forever. And I really thought it. I really thought that would be the case. Strange. I never wanted to manifest a future with anybody until I met my twin. And even talking about that weirds me out. Even saying things like that. It freaks me out because in the past when I would be like that, there would be so many girls who would be like, wow, must be nice. You know, or there'd be so much envy and evil eyes sent my way that I couldn't transmute it all. I couldn't block out what other people thought of it. And especially if we were in public, like, especially if a man was spending time and energy on me and like laser focused love and attention on me. I couldn't as a psychic tune it out. Everybody else's like jealousy. And then I didn't want to admit that they were jealous, because then you'd have to acknowledge that something good is good in your life, or like you have something others don't have. And so I had convinced my subconscious that like, no, I don't have anything good. I'll never have anything good. Because I knew that having something good meant jealousy, meant envy. So I subconsciously like programmed myself to think that I'll never get anything good. So a guy would come in for like 2 or 3 weeks loving me, giving me all this time, all this admiration, and like everybody would come at me. And I never knew how to block it out. I never knew how to like tune out what they were saying and instead be like, no, I deserve this. Not only do I deserve this, keep going. Keep going. I love you too. Keep going. We're amazing. We'd make a great power couple. Like, I've never been able to just consistently stay the vibration of love, you know? And so this Venus retrograde really did that for me. It really got me to see that, like, me, Jenna, your tarot reader that you don't even know from Adam, I am a person. I am a human being. And I want love. And I want to read for you, someone who also wants love and union. And it's not that I'm angry at that phase of my life where I was just so fiercely single and independent and reading for you guys in that energy. But I brought in a collective. I was tuning into a collective like that. Fiercely independent, almost to a point of like self-defiance, self-loathing, anger issues even. And then I would bring in angry clients who were like, fuck men. Yeah, he did this and he did that and he's such an asshole, right? He's such an asshole. Yeah, tell me he's an asshole, Jenna. I'm paying you to tell me he's an asshole. But like, I don't want to tell you he's an asshole anymore. I want to tell you that he's actually not at all childish. He's a king. He's amazing. He's healed. He is a healer. He is a divine masculine. Deserves respect. He's beautiful. He's angelic. He is a fucking king. That is what I would like to tell you. I'd like you to pay me for me to tell you that. But see, making the transition is really hard because a lot of people right now, I think, are up in arms and they're saying things to me like, we're not all in relationships. We don't want these readings. We don't like it like this. We don't like this change that you've made lately, Jenna, in your readings. We don't like that. We don't like that all of a sudden you're reading for love. You're all like happy, happy, joy, joy about like unicorn farts and rainbows, about love and divine union and all that bullshit. We don't want to hear it. Well, you don't want to hear it because you're not in divine fucking union, okay? Because if you were, you'd be excited for the good news, right? And because I love God, I'm going to share the gospel. What's the gospel? The good fucking news. The good news is that you are allowed to create your own reality. You're allowed to create the person that you want to be with in your own mind. But you keep seeing them as a douche canoe, and I refuse to do that anymore. So for those of you who are just super angry at me, look, I get it. I get it. You're angry at me, you're angry at God, but you're angry at yourself. Okay? And it's no longer my problem because now I feel so centered and whole within myself that I don't give a flying fuck how many people don't want me happy when I want me happy. It's the beauty of it all. I want me happy now, and I don't care if 8 billion people on the planet come at me with pitchforks or say, fuck you, how dare you think that you get it? How dare you think you deserve something? Tuning that shit out. The only voice that matters is me. For my own life, that's how it is, period. And I'm grateful for Venus retrograde in that way because it was like a training camp, like a fucking boot camp. Venus retrograde was a boot camp for me in showing me everything I didn't want and everything I do want. I want a guy who spoils me rotten and tells me in front of everyone that he's in love with me every single day, every single minute. Romantic heartthrob. That's what I want. Orlando Bloom, call me. And if I don't get that, I'm moving right the fuck along. But if I do get that, I am not about to push it away. And I certainly will not be listening to any jealous Julies who consistently try to make me as a woman feel so small and insignificant that I can't accept love from a divine masculine. Why? Because you're not getting love from a divine masculine. Not my problem. So there's an entire collective I don't read for anymore. I'm detouring from. I'm completely not even in alignment with you anymore. And you will not be getting any of my energy in any of that bullshit ever again. I am not going to sit here and be the reader that blows smoke up your ass to tell you that they're cheating on you with a third party. Oh, yeah, but like she's so bitchy, right? Like, Jenna, tell me she's bitchy. And he's going back to her, and it's like, it's such a thing. And oh my God, they hate each other, but it's like, I love it though. I secretly love that they hate each other. Get the fuck out of the karma. Take that drama and get out of my DMs. Get out of my client list. I don't want to read for you anymore. Unsubscribe. I don't want to read for you anymore. Period. Ever. I see a true divine masculine in me, a true divine feminine in me, and that's what I want to see 24/7. A beautiful, angelic, healed version of an earth angel 24/7. So I'm not about to tune into the bullshit you want me to convince you of simply because you put money in my bank account. Girl, God puts money in my bank account, not you. And I will be blocking and deleting anybody off my client list that wants me to stay in that low vibrational bullshit. You're not taking me down with you. So you just need to know that, okay? I'm not going with you to that reality that you created for yourself. You wanted to think that your person is a partier, an addict, sleeping with that person, stuck there, when I would consistently, day in, day out, read for you in that collective, trying to convince you that, yes, there's a reality like that, but there's a way to get out of it. Every day, for free. My readings are free. When I would do live readings, I would even do free readings there. Kept trying to convince you all, get the fuck out of your own head. Stop telling yourself that your person is stuck with an ex, or it's like the baby's mom though, and she's doing this and they're doing that. It's like, it was so stupid. Stay there then. I'm not staying there. I grew. Did you? And it's not my problem if you didn't. It's the first time in my life where I can say, I'm not responsible for you. I'm responsible for me. And as a reader, I've matured so fucking much. I've gone through so much in the public eye, 4 years on this platform. And it's not just Joyously Jenna. It was Jenna's Joyous Journey. It was other channels as well that I've started, other platforms that I've started. In the public eye for 4 years on this twin flame journey, I have made myself a public, well, I don't know what I've made myself. A public witch. Everybody's come at me because I can heal. I can transmute. I can take what you're saying about me, transmute it, and be like, that's your bullshit. That's your projection. That's how you see you. Stop throwing that shit on me. That's not me. You don't even know me. When's the last time you asked me a question? Hey, what's your favorite color? Hey, what do you think about that? Nah, you don't know me, okay? You have no idea who I am. You think you know, so you project onto me. And when I really bust through that and show you that that was never me at all, you get butthurt. It's your problem, not mine. So there's an entire collective. I've been trying to help you get out of your own head. How about you figure out how to get out of your own head? And how about you do it on your own? And how about you get out of my client list? How about you unsubscribe? How about you get off my comment section as well? Because I will be booting anyone who has anything negative to say about this change that's happening to me and divine feminines all across the world. I will delete you so fucking fast, your head will spin. You'll have to go set up a new public account just to come back and try it again with the trollish behavior. It's like ridiculous how many people want women like me to stay stuck. Because you stayed stuck. When I told you day in, day out, literally, and I this is how I sleep well at night. This is how I get a full 8 hours, honey, because I know that I spent my entire twin flame journey, my entire mission up to this point, helping women stop hating their masculines. I did everything I could to get you to stop hating yourself and to stop hating them and stop hating God. And if you didn't, that looks like that's on you. Because it's certainly not on me. That karma is not mine, it's yours. So, clientele list is going to be really, 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 really short and very small soon, because I'm only reading for those that I feel, well, that I want to read for. I'll leave that slot and availability open for those who really give a shit and who prove it by their energy. Period. I have people so hella excited to read for me now, or for me to read for them now. It's crazy. Like when I get emails from new clients, they are so excited to work. It's crazy. And then I had a dream last night where a very well-known psychic was excited to be, wow, collaborating with me. That's funny. I just got another email. Look, there are so many people that are excited to work with me. Why would I ever go back to clientele that didn't appreciate me? You didn't even listen. You didn't even change. You didn't change a damn thing. I asked you to. Your Holy Spirit guides came through to ask you. I'd sit on live streams day in, day out, channeling for you guys, transmuting your pain for free. For free. Some of you would pay for a reading. I'd give you a reading because you respected me and you really wanted to help the cause. I thank you so much. I thank you for all of your donations that you guys gave. Others, nah, you sat there and you just didn't listen. Okay, men, right? I would tell them till I'm blue in the face, hello, change your ways, hello, get it right. Don't you realize who sent me? Hello, get that shit right. Divine masculines, before your ass is grass, didn't listen. Husbands wouldn't listen. My family wouldn't listen. People didn't listen. Okay. You have free will. Free will. Go have your life. Go have the reality you created for yourself. I want you to. That's genuinely what I want for you. I want you to have the reality that you want for yourself, which most of you, it looks good because you've been healing and you've been given a shit. But some of you, you wanted to stay stuck to worldly things, to worldly people. Look, again, and this isn't just me saying this. This is like years of saying this. Like, get it right. Stop holding on to worldly shit. Stop. But you didn't want to. And it's fine. You have free will. But stop trying to hold on to people like me who decided to stop holding on to people like you. Because there is no difference between you and me. We are one. And me even saying people like you makes me want to vomit. Because I know that we are one. But I don't like it when I tune into energies like this in order to really drive this home. I hate it. People like you, I hate even saying it. I don't want to be in energies anymore where there is duality. I want to be with people who know that we are all one. That's what I want. And I'm manifesting beautiful, angelic people just like that. They love me. They're gorgeous. They are gorgeous people. Oh my God, with like the most love. So much love. It comes from like the heart. It really, truly does. They love me unconditionally. And there is a collective of viewers, a collective of clients, a collective of former friends. It's just a whole collective that you never appreciated me. I mean, it's not just me that you didn't appreciate. You didn't appreciate a lot of readers like me. You didn't appreciate a lot of healers like me. You didn't even appreciate yourself or your angels, your spirit guides that gave you free advice. You didn't appreciate God. You didn't appreciate anything. So, okay, bye. Like, bye. People like me that sit on a camera and do readings and tarot, we're really truly fed up. I think we're fed up giving our energy away to people that never appreciated it. Not only in romantic relationships, thanks Venus retrograde, that we're noticing this, but also when it comes to creativity. Venus rules creativity as well. Venus, passion, creativity, it's all of it. Beauty, how you express yourself. So that also is being highlighted for me. I just want to bring love to that. I want to bring love to the world. And I want to do so by being the epitome of love. And when I read for clients that hate me and hate the divine, hate God, hate their divine counterpart, I don't feel like I can be a being of love as easily. So I'm done. And I've left my own family behind. In 2021, I don't even talk to anyone in my family. 0 people in my family. 0 in years. I will gladly leave behind viewers that don't want me happy. I don't even know you. I left my own mother. Why would I not leave you behind? So, no. To a collective that was greedy, self-absorbed, and only wanted to take from people like me who were giving them answers, helping you reach a higher something, a higher mind, a higher love, a higher something or other. Whatever it is that's out there, I tried my best to convince you of it. I can't help that you didn't want to believe. You didn't want to believe. But I want to go be with the believers now. And thank you, Venus. Thank you, Venus retrograde from hell, but also from heaven, that you helped me see this, because it was the most beautiful and torturous 40 days of my entire life. And thank God it's coming to an end. It's almost over. I can't learn any more lessons in love and in creativity and in business and in everything and beauty and money, and it's all Venus controls all that. Venus is a big planet. Venus is huge for us. I didn't realize how much it impacted, but yeah, it's everything, right? So it's like I can't wait. Anyway, I don't read for you anymore to those that are upset at the readings taking a slant towards love. Honey, it's about to not only take a slant, it's about to take a fucking 90-degree angle right over to love and stay there. Because I'm a being of love and I am staying in love. I'm staying in love with God, I'm staying in love with my twin flame, and I'm staying in love with myself. We are all one. So, and with the collective. And I'm in love with the collective. I'm in love with my viewers. So, any of you don't like that, okay, cool. I failed to see the point. So, there is a new way of doing things going forward on my channel, and it is that you either like what you're given or you don't, and you unsubscribe. Okay? I'm not about to people please, because I don't give a shit. I don't please people. I please God. The end. I love you guys. I hope it helped. It certainly helped me. Thank you for listening. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.